President Trump's latest rally in Pennsylvania was supposed to be about the economy. Instead, it turned into another spectacle centered on his press secretary, Karoline Leavitt. The president praised her beautiful face and machine gun lips.
Isn't she great? Is Karoline great? You know, when she goes on television, Fox, they dominate.
She's become a star. It's that face, it's that brain, it's those lips, the way they move like she's a machine gun.
Donald Trump just made a creepy remark about Karoline Leavitt's lips, and it set off a chain reaction he probably didn't expect, because that comment is exactly why Karoline Leavitt's husband went off on him afterward. Before we get into why her husband lost it over this moment, we need to talk about how it happened in the first place. Trump has been acting wild a lot lately, but this topped everything. Trump was on stage in Pennsylvania, supposedly there to talk about the economy, the prices, wages, and inflation. But instead of staying on topic, he drifted onto Karoline Leavitt. He hyped her up as a superstar.
We even brought our superstar today, Karoline. Stand up, Karoline.
Then he started praising her face.
Isn't she great? Is Karoline great? You know, when she goes on television, Fox, they dominate. They dominate when she gets up there with that beautiful face.
And then he went straight to her lips.
And those lips that don't stop, up, like a little machine gun.
That's the exact language he used on a stage about his 28-year-old employee. And instantly, you could feel the air change. Online reaction was brutal. They were saying, "Still into young girls, I see. He doesn't change." And the only reason Trump brags on Leavitt is cause she lies for him.
Everything I'm telling you is the truth, backed by real factual data, and you just don't want to report on it because you want to push untrue narratives about the president. Go ahead. I'm not going to take your follow-up. Go ahead.
About the ACA, but just first very quickly clarifying Caitlin's question. You acknowledged that CPI in January when you took office was 3%, and in September, the last month for which we have data, it was also 3%, so inflation.
No, it's 2.5%. Caitlin,
questions. I have one on Venezuela to follow up, but first on affordability, since we were talking about the economy at the beginning. If the economy is as strong as the president has said it is, then why is he telling parents 2 weeks before Christmas that they should only buy 2 or 3 dolls for their children?
Look, what the president is saying is that if we want products made right here in America, if we want them to be made from American small businesses, which is a large part of the reason the president has effectively implemented tariffs, then we're going to have better quality products right here in the United States. Maybe you'll pay $1 or $2 more, but you will get better quality and you'll be supporting your fellow Americans by buying American, and that's what the president was saying. Again, with respect to affordability, every economic metric, Caitlin, and I wish you would report more on it, does in fact show that the economy is getting better and brighter than where it was under the previous administration. I will repeat, inflation as measured by the overall CPI has slowed to an average 2.5% pace. Real wages are increasing, roughly $1,200 for the average worker. Gas prices are down in almost every single state across the country. Again, in 22 states, it's below $275. You look at the tax cuts, those are going to go into effect next year. So the best is yet to come. The president is digging our country out of the economic hole that the previous administration put us in, and that's what he's talking about.
It was a year ago, as you know, and grocery prices have been up. So we've covered the economy, but there's mixed signals in terms of what that looks like. But on
inflation is down from where it was. As measured by the overall CPI, it has slowed to an average 2.5% pace. This is down from what the president inherited. The president inherited 2.9% in January. Today it's at about 2.5%. So we're trending in the right direction with more to come. And I would remind you, when President Trump left office in his first term, inflation was 1.7%. And the previous administration jacked it up to a record high 9%. So again, in 10 months, the president has clawed us out of this hole. He's kept it low at 2.5%, and we believe that number is going to continue to decline, especially as energy and oil prices continue to decline as well.
It wasn't high under Biden. They're just saying it's not.
Well, nobody reported on it being high under Biden. My predecessor was standing at this podium, but now you want to ask me a lot of questions about it, which I'm happy to answer. But I will just add, there's a lot more scrutiny on this issue from this press corps than there was. Well, in the previous administration said that too. My predecessor stood up at this podium and she said inflation doesn't exist. She said the border was secure. And people like you just took her at her word, and those were two utter lies. Everything I'm telling you is the truth, backed by real factual data, and you just don't want to report on it because you want to push untrue narratives about the president.
He must be getting a hell of a salary to spit out lies on a daily basis for Trump, and most called it absolutely sickening. Another said, Karoline Leavitt sold her soul for Donald Trump and paid the price. This wasn't even the first time Trump did this, because suddenly, receipts started resurfacing. Back in August, Trump said almost the exact same thing about Karoline on Newsmax.
I didn't realize she'd be in the room, but she's on my list. Karoline Leavitt.
She's become a star. It's that face, it's that brain, it's those lips, the way they move like she's a machine gun. Is she in the room?
She's in the room.
She's a star.
Then again, in October, on Air Force One, mid-conversation about foreign leaders, he randomly circled back to her appearance.
Caroline, be replaced.
No. That's up to you, sir.
It'll never happen.
Nobody wants to say
I say she does a great job.
Do you want to elaborate on the
And those lips, they move like a machine gun, right?
That's when the pattern became undeniable. And according to multiple insiders and political commentators, Karoline Leavitt's husband was not okay with it at all. And who would be? Because here's where things get messy. Karoline Leavitt isn't just Trump's press secretary. She's married, she's a mother, and her husband, Nicholas Riccio, is extremely private. So when Trump made those comments, it reportedly hit a nerve. And to make things worse, this wasn't happening in isolation, because for months now, Karoline Leavitt has leaned into a very specific online persona around Trump. She posted a full montage calling Trump Daddy, set to Usher's Hey Daddy. Now, add this to the fact that Karoline traveled with Trump to Scotland in July 2025. Photos from that trip went viral of golf cart rides together, posing side by side, and almost no presence of her husband anywhere on her feed during that time. Now imagine being her husband, watching this unfold in real time. That's when insiders say Riccio reportedly snapped. But there's another layer here people keep glossing over: the age dynamics. Karoline Leavitt's husband is 32 years older than her. She's defended that marriage repeatedly. And then there's the style discourse. People noticed Karoline's wardrobe shift once she became press secretary. Older silhouettes, conservative cuts, muted colors. Some say it looks like she's dressing for a different era or a different audience. Which brings us back to Trump, because this isn't new behavior for him. Once the Leavitt comments resurfaced, people went digging deeper and found comments about his daughter's body.
Ivanka, what's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say, but I can't relate that.
Jokes about dating Ivanka if she weren't his daughter.
I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Oh, it's so weird.
Praising Tiffany's legs as a baby.
What does Tiffany have of yours, and what does Tiffany have of Marla's?
Well, I think that she's got a lot of Marla. She's really a beautiful baby, and she's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet, but time will tell.
Even agreeing when Howard Stern sexualized Ivanka on air.
Daughter is beautiful, Ivanka.
By the way, your daughter,
She's beautiful.
can I say this? A piece of it.
Yeah.
And for Karoline's husband, that familiarity reportedly crossed a line that couldn't be brushed off anymore. And right now, that story isn't slowing down, because Trump hasn't apologized, Karoline hasn't publicly addressed it, and the rumors haven't stopped, which raises one uncomfortable question nobody in that circle seems eager to answer. If this is what Trump feels comfortable saying on stage, in front of cameras, at a rally meant to sell his economic agenda, what does he say when the cameras aren't rolling?